What's happening, people? Welcome back to the podcast today. I'm with James and Dale.
Hello.
I'll be weirder. Today's episode, I've been sort of frantically talking about this subject on Instagram. Business mentors. We're getting into the juicy gossip. There was a lot of absolute nonsense chat before, but we did eventually get into it. But I wouldn't skip the first 20 minutes. It was some great chat, by the way. You'll see how old this man actually is. Before we get into the episode, if you could rate the podcast on Spotify, I'm going to try to get to 200 ratings before the end of the year. That's my goal. Also, I've never really shouted out your podcast before, so if you want more podcasts to listen to, Bulletproof Mindset is James and Dale's podcast. We now know the stats. 42% of people who find podcasts start listening to it off the back of recommendations of their favourite podcasters.
There we go.
So there you go. Give me a shout out on
We
your
will.
podcast, guys. Thank you very much. Also, before I want to give out a new free day. I'm making this up as I go along. So I want to start doing free sessions again, and I'm going to do it 1 to 2 from the gym in Airdrie. I'm probably going to do it on like a Thursday. You don't need to pay anything. Obviously, if you want to become a client, that's absolutely fine. But I've also got 2 free programs. I've got an intermediate one that I've nearly fixed, so I can also teach you how to use them. But I literally just want to do like 1 free session a week with 2 people. It doesn't really matter if you want to come on as a client or not. I don't really care. I want to just get into the groove of meeting new people and doing free sessions again, because it makes me a better coach, and it's half the things that we talk about. So the whole say as it, well, fuck it, I don't know what I'm talking about with that. What's that? Say as I do. What was it? Do as I say. What?
The quote I was saying. No. That quote you get those who can do.
Let's stutter more. Enjoy the show. And no, wait.
Fucking hell.
You need to DM me free session so that I know who actually wants to do the free session. So if you DM me free session, we'll get a date in place. You kind of need to be either South or North Lanarkshire or Glasgow, otherwise it's going to be an absolute trek for you. But it's in Airdrie, and it's not a public gym. So it's a private gym, so there'll be me, you, and maybe another PT and their client at the most, and a dog called Cooper maybe, which is my massive marketing selling point.
Go start charging your rent for.
There's a dog. If you want to come, just meet the dog. That's fine. Right, enjoy the show. Before we get into the actual topic, what were you asking? What was he wanting to do?
No, what was I asking? What were you saying? What did you say?
Right, so Gavin's hard launched.
Hard launched.
Hard launched.
I didn't soft launch.
No, he didn't soft launch. He hard launched.
Hard launched what?
His missus.
What does that even mean? To me, I'm thinking, is this sexual?
Yes. Sexual.
That was a big while ago, though.
I think I can put 2 and 2 together. So you're talking about it on the podcast, because
No. You're getting there. You're getting closer.
Right, okay.
That was a soft. I've not actually put that out yet. That clip was hilarious.
That was a soft launch, because obviously nobody. Right, so a soft launch is you let everybody know you're dating somebody, but you don't let them know who it is.
No.
So back in my day, right, it was.
I changed my Beagle picture.
You're seeing somebody.
No, that's you. No, that's you and the person. This is him letting everybody else know.
I bet somebody asked me, "You seen Andy?" So I'm seeing someone.
No, but he's not.
Oh, you're miles off.
He's not understanding this.
So you're telling the world that
a soft launch is you're telling somebody you're seeing somebody. You're not telling them who.
Right.
So
you post a wee picture of a girl's hand.
Like a wee glass, 2 glasses of wine.
So
a wee boomerang with 2 glasses of wine.
Right,
You never
okay,
see their face. That's a soft launch, but a hard launch, she's misses all day.
So just straight. What's a hard launch then? Just her face.
Yeah.
I just went up to her, filmed her face, and went,
Just threw it up in the story like.
just went,
guess who?
this is my bird.
Wow. So was he hard launch on the podcast then? Is that what it was?
No, it was on my story.
It was on his story.
I just
you
reshared
see
it.
it?
Oh, I missed it. How did I miss it?
I just reshared the picture. I'll show you.
I seen it. I was like, is this the chosen one?
Is this the what?
The chosen one.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, look at that. Look
I know.
at that.
Aw.
That's cute. And that's why I was like,
Wee
oh,
cuties.
big man. How did that feel?
Terrifying.
That's it.
You booked into therapy already? Traumatized.
By the way, we are actually over.
That was too much. No, but she was on about doing it, but it's different for her, obviously, because she actually was like, you don't need to post this, and she was actually more adamant that don't post it because obviously
because she said don't you like
it's like my business account as well, so it's a bit different. And I don't really post anything about my life. I don't post I'm out for dinner or anything. The only videos you see are fucking in here and on my story. You might see the occasional Strava screenshot to show
I went a run, but that's fitness.
I'm just telling everyone that I'm a hashtag hybrid athlete. I just want everyone to know.
It's the buzzword of the coaching space now, isn't it?
Well, I'm one, so I wouldn't call it a buzzword. I'm living
in your mind, in your dreams,
I'm
mate.
living and breathing.
So it's official
running
then?
a sub 23 5K.
So when was that? When did you do that?
I met her sister at the weekend.
So it was from then? And that was it?
So you started like, yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm going to post that clip with me and you, and it was hilarious, and I don't really care, so.
Aye, so that's it. Good. I'm happy.
And if it goes
you're a changed man, mate.
Well,
I like
I
it.
don't think it will go tits up, but like.
Why would it go tits up?
No, it won't, but as in, I meant I wouldn't really care. Like, it worried me before when I posted quite a lot of pictures of my ex, and then your ego gets in the way when you break up. You're like, oh, now everyone.
Oh, everyone thinks I'm fucking
There's
nervous.
nobody really cares anyway. So that's why I posted. It's like, who cares? Not in a like, oh, who cares? We're going to break up next month. No, I don't think that, but
Right, Gavin, stop talking for you.
Can someone get me out of this hole? I'm stranded over here and you're just leaving me to die. Fucking hell.
So what else is going through your mind?
I'm happy with her, that's why I wanted to post her.
I'm happy.
Man, I didn't realise all this went on social media. Do you know I gave
That's
Jelly...
because you're 30 then.
Because you're 30 and married, mate.
So me and Jelly met when we were 18 and I asked her out and all that sort of stuff, but it was Facebook official. That's how you told people.
Aye.
And I sent the request.
And then when your pals could hang me on it.
I forget, this has just came back to me. I sent the request to Jelly and she patched it.
How are you with her?
So, no, it gets even worse. So I'm like... She's well seen that. It's been 5 days now.
5 days?
Yeah. We went to the cinema and
that'd be heavy playing on my mind.
Pal Kim was there and I was like, and our pal Kim turned around to me and said, he's no Facebook official yet. I was like, well, actually, I've sent the request and she's not accepted it. And if she doesn't accept it today, I'm breaking up with her.
I broke up with her.
Did she accept it?
And she accepted it that day. And luckily...
The blackmail?
Through blackmail.
Heavy blackmail.
But I remember that because she was nervous of, I guess, hard launching me, which I didn't realise was a thing.
Oh, that was the hard launch back in the day.
That is the old hard launch.
I think it would be a red flag if I don't even have her on Facebook, but I had to fucking accept that right now.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows you build resilience in these situations, and that put me out there for sure, man. I do think about that. I'm gonna bring that up when I go home tonight. Remember 11 years ago?
You made me wait 5 fucking days.
Start a fresh marital argument.
Aye.
The insecurity though back then.
I was massively insecure though. I was already insecure, so that didn't help. It just made it worse.
Oh, stuff like that when you're a young guy.
You're a wreck.
Aye.
Fuck you up.
You said I wrecked it.
I don't even know what you said.
You shouted at me. I was a wreck.
I was erect as well. I was a young guy.
It's easier back in.
Right.
Anyway.
Can you tell your...
Oh, here we go.
We will get into the business mentorship thing.
Aye.
It's just, before we started the podcast, there was two
This is
things
a-
I was like, leave that.
This is actually it's a funny story, to be fair. It only happened yesterday, so I hope the person's not listening. I doubt they will be. I hope they fucking know. Anyway, right. So
You can ask them out again if they are.
since becoming single, I've not asked MD out in person. And I think that's always the best way to do it, right? So when you work in a gym, like, I've made the mistake of talking to somebody in my gym before, and I'll never do that again. But been single for a wee while now, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask this person. This person seems nice, right? And then with the ADHD, it's called hyperfixation, right? So I fixated on it all weekend, and I was like, oh no.
On her?
Aye.
How she moves.
No,
what she
just
smells like.
No, just the conversation.
Or just the whole...
Just
Or
the
like what
scenario.
you're going to say.
Aye.
Can I, if I
And I was
told you...
which she was going to reply, and I thought about every single
scenario.
the good scenarios or the bad. I thought about everything, and I was like, oh no. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Monday, feeling good. My client's in, man. I was like, go to do it. She's like, go. Yes,
What
I'm
if the
like,
client was... Were you training the client?
No, then I said, I've got
Wait, man.
says,
Leave you
Hold
the
on a
squad.
second.
I says, I'm going to do it after you. I was like, no, I'm not done this now, you will. And then the nerves kick in. I'm like, whoa, man. That's what people do. But people don't actually do this, they just match people. And I was like, you know what, I'm not a
Oh
pussy.
no, mate! Like 1% of the world does this.
I'm like, I'm not a pussy. And then I seen her, shot myself, bricked it, started going, I was like, right, so finished with my client. I was like, I need to do a piss. I need to go and get a drink. So do a piss, go and get a drink. I was like, right, I'm going to do it. I was actually feeling all right at this point, but I was like hyped up.
Do you
know
look
what
at
I mean?
yourself in the mirror? Some affirmations.
I was going to do that, but there's no mirrors. But I was like, you know what, got to do it. But by this point, the two guys that are in already know I'm going to do it.
Oh,
So
you told everybody except her.
The pressure was already on us. I was like,
Everyone's at the bench press like that.
I was like, I fucked this. I fucked this.
It's like a PB.
This is the worst decision I've ever made because everybody, like, not everybody knows, but I know enough people know.
People.
So I go to walk here, she's gone. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck her. Where is she? I was like, right, I've already hyped up. I was like, I need to date her now. I don't date her. Do you know what I mean? And at that point, I would go into the thing. I was like, I don't know where she is. And I'm like, we'll find her, right? So I think, I can't find her. I was like, I messaged her, saying you still in the gym, saying you're in the gym. And she says, I'm about to leave. I'm like, cool, right, I'll get you in the boat. And by this point, man, they're like, what if she says this, what if she says this, what if she says this? I'm like,
In your head, or
no, that's what they were saying. I was like,
that's
oh.
not very helpful.
I know it's
'Cause
not.
who cares?
No, I know. So by this point, I've fucked this in my brain, right? Fuck this. So,
Where was she?
she's in the changing rooms.
All right. Did you walk in? I'll bleep that out. I'll bleep that out. I forgot you weren't saying names.
Obviously, that's traumatizing story.
Chantel.
So, oh man. So obviously I can see her walk out. They're like, go. I'm like, whoa, calm down, man. And they're like, go now. So I walk out the door and she's right there and I'm like, oh fuck, man. Like, cause I didn't know she went, like, we just went like that and bumped into each other. And I was like, oh for fuck's sake, man. And I was like, what's happening, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh no, man, I fuck this. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck this. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I'm there. And I was like, oh, like, hang me. I was wondering if you like wanted to go out and get a coffee or get a gym session somewhere. She's like, oh. And it was going all right, but I was like, this isn't, fuck this. Like, I've already fried my own brain. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I was like,
Did she say yes?
So she said yes, but then she said no. I was like, cool. Right,
That's fine, but
no, that is sound.
because nobody does that. So I would actually see that as like
So
fair play. Like,
but see that way, right? I'd genuinely fried my own brain so much that when I was chatting to her, I didn't even know what she was saying. Do you know what I mean? I was just
like, you're a dickhead.
there was just words hitting me. And it was like, I'm not going to go into it obviously because that's personal. But then she was like, "Are you leaving?" I was like, "I am leaving." So we left, right? This is where the nerves obviously got the better of me.
I'm getting.
So I turned left and
I'm
she turned right.
cringing into my
Right?
chair.
And I usually park in the same spot, but I didn't this time. I'd actually parked to the right as well. So I turned left and I was like, oh, my car's not here, bastard. It's to the right. So I turned to the right as well.
Oh no.
Who's parked beside me?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I walk here and I'm like, I'm not following you, by the way.
Oh, don't say that.
That is my car.
Don't say that.
Because I'd obviously walked that way. I was like, see you later, have a nice night. And she's like, have a nice night. I go, oh, my car's there as well. I walk here and I'm
Are you
like,
sure you don't want to go out with me?
I'm free just now.
go to my car and I got in the car. I was like, wow, man, I fucked that right up. Do you know that way?
Just beating the horn.
I was like, get me out of here, go to him. And I like meshed my pals. I was like, this happened. They were laughing at the car moment. I was like, I'll be surprised if she wants to go with me now. Do you know that way?
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
So how did it end? How did it?
But
Where
how
is it
did
at
she
now?
say yes and no? Like she'd say yes and then go, actually, I'm busy or something?
Yeah.
Right. But which is fine.
No, that's fair. Like, that's what so I was messaging Higme this morning. I was like,
Do you know you can build up to that? Start asking men what the time is,
what do you mean?
so that you can approach them.
Men?
Aye, so do you get think about stuff like that less? I'm
Ah.
not actually
break
saying
it
do
down.
this, but
Aye,
that's like the advice that people give you.
Is it?
I like exposure therapy, getting used to like going up. But your problem is the actual asking out part, isn't it?
No, my problem is the hype. I get far too hyped.
Right.
Like
Dancing up to it.
Aye, mate. I am like hyped
Ready,
to the
cracking.
max. So that's what I said to Shan this morning. I was like, see, as soon as she told me no, I was like, cool, like, sent her a wee nice message.
I
I'm
just
like,
followed her.
just stalked her, but rejection doesn't bother me. It's the build up to it.
It's the anticipation.
It's the anticipation where I'm like through the roof.
Oh.
And then see that bit where I went to Rancard, man, I was like,
Did she reject you though?
yeah.
Oh, it has been right.
Soft rejection.
Soft rejection.
I misunderstood. Right, okay.
Soft
No hard
rejection.
rejection.
No hard rejection.
Don't speak to me.
Aye.
Well, there was some erections. So I imagine.
It was, we can still speak in the gym, but I'm not looking to date anyone.
Right.
And I was like, that's fine. Fair.
Eh?
Should have just told me that in the spot though, so I didn't need to mentally get scarred for life.
Just because what you're talking about is, I told you about my dad meeting my bird, didn't I?
No.
Didn't I not?
No.
Did I tell you about it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I actually
okay.
can't really remember what happened though.
I'll just say her name. Her name's Aoife, right? Because I hate saying my bird makes me
Aye.
cringe. But obviously it was her idea. No man has ever came up with that idea though. I demand you meet my family. No, but did I tell you what happened when he actually met her?
I hugged her or went in for like a weird.
So first of all, when he first came in, so she's 5 foot and he's 6'1" and 17 stone or whatever, 16 stone. Shook her hand vigorously. Like, oh, nice to meet you. I'm Gavin's dad. I think she knows that. And then he kept on. We went to the Cricklewood in Bovril, which is quite posh. And he kept on making jokes to the waiter, and she was like 19, and they were pure like old-fashioned jokes. And she was just like, "What do you want?" And I was going, and then she walked away. I was like, "Want to try another one?" He's tried it like 4 times, and then at the end, he went to shake her hand, and then she was like, "Oh, we'll go in for a hug," and he went, "We'll go for a kiss."
What?
No.
And he kissed her on the side of the cheek. I can't remember. I tend to like exaggerate things in my head and actually misremember things.
Well, that's what I done last night. Like,
I
it wasn't that bad. I just really made it really bad in here.
I think he might have kissed her on both sides of the cheeks and pulled her pants down.
Is that a usual thing for him?
No, that's what I mean. See what he's hyped himself. He's like overthought the end. Like, what did I do? He must have thought
Just
about it
went
all
for
week.
everything.
Aye, he's
The hugger, the kisser, the shaking hand. We'll just do all three.
And then I remember exactly. And I watched that happen. When she came back, I was like, "Just chill me with my dad."
Did that just happen?
But you can tell he's thought about that like
all day
for about 2. Like,
I know
a
how
week,
it feels.
and he's just lost the
Fuck
plot
with it.
when it came to the actual point.
Aye.
How do you feel
What?
after all that?
I feel alright now.
Like truly?
Aye, but I didn't feel alright after it.
No.
Nah.
Were you down?
I was very down.
Depressed?
No, not depressed. Like, I was like, why am I like this?
Right.
I feel like that stuff only takes a day to go over. Though I've had.
I
plenty of
no.
experiences
See,
with
soon like it's so fucking weird. See, as soon as she sent a message saying, I'm not looking to date anyone, I was like, whoo, thank the fucking Lord.
that. Do you want to hear a funny story?
Go.
Because I'll just make you feel better. I went.
No, actually, honestly, I feel alright now. Didn't feel alright this
I went
morning.
on a date at the start of the, what I don't even know if I was really. It was a girl I used to know from Australia, and then I went out with her a second time. So you can one of them you can really like. She'd messaged me as well, but we were kind of pally when we used to work together. So I didn't really know if it was date or whatever because I hadn't been in Australia for like 2 years. And then the second time, I went to like give her a kiss at the end, and she like went nah.
Oh no.
And then I had to walk her. I still had.
Oh
to walk her,
no.
like another like mile.
Oh.
And I was actually like fine, and I was fine the next day. But see, at the point you're like, someone just killed me.
That was me.
Someone actually just put a brick over my head.
Oh, man,
that was me.
Aye, that can only imagine.
That was me last night. I
But,
was like, someday
you're gonna
actually just.
see what I realised that you're gonna have to like go through things like that.
No, yeah, I already know that anyway.
Well, I was like getting better at doing stuff like that because that was the stuff I was terrified of. But the more you like subject yourself to stuff like that, I found the better. I actually stopped overthinking about it because I was like, do you know what? I've actually been rejected to the face and had to then spend 15 minutes trying to make conversation after it.
So that's why I done it. Well, that's not why I done it, right? But that's why I done it in person because if I've no asked them to do it, if I get rejected in person, then I've got rejected in person for the first time since I've been single, and it will never ever be like that again.
And by the way, she knew loads of people that I know, like friends that I have,
This girl was
So-
in the gym.
Mate, he's
Five.
told everybody in the gym.
I know.
So you made
So
it worse.
That's the nerves though.
So I was like,
That's the nerves before it.
You need to keep that shit to yourself, man. That's making it worse for you.
I know.
I was like, that's the worst. One of the worst people that could like if it's a hinge date, who cares? You just pretend it never
someday
happened.
that
It's like,
does
tell
happen.
anyone.
Aye.
Whereas this, I was like, she's gonna tell me. No.
Well, I mean, I think see the first date I went on, like you're like, when do you kiss them? Do you kiss them? Like when? Are they feeling it? Am I feeling it? And then you go in, you're like, oh, thank God, man. You're like, they're kissing me back. Yes.
I think you kind of know. Then you're like, I knew she didn't want to kiss me.
But I still went for it.
Was that the second date?
It was the second time I met her. I didn't kiss her the first time, but the first time I was like more trying to work out if I was just. And plus, I wasn't that harsh. But then when I went, like, you don't meet people for a second time, so I just presumed.
Ah, you got a shagger.
I have a girlfriend. James.
Can tell who's the single one here, eh?
Ah, he's only fuck off. One fucking day.
What are you talking about?
Right,
Messing.
mentorships.
I'm in a committed relationship.
No, yeah.
And how long have you been single for? I was single for like 3 years.
Only 7 months.
You talk about it as if you're fucking cripplingly single. I was 3 years.
You know what?
That's
mate?
a lot. I know. I was actually thinking about it. I was like, how did Gavin?
Well
last
done,
year?
well done. Proud of you.
And I
At least getting up and getting that a shot. Though.
I know.
That is a.
The nerves truly got the better of me though. I actually think I told everybody.
I'm
Not
not
every
being
day, but-
funny, right?
Aye,
I
that
know.
doesn't help, but
Everybody in the gym knew.
hell,
but
these
I-
are all life lessons, right?
I know.
I really don't think that's too like
No,
blame
it's not that bad.
No, blame it on ADHD though, because I would have I've experienced.
Put
the
it this
exact
way,
same
right?
thing.
Say
It wasn't.
say this person finds somebody else, right? Most likely she's going to meet somebody that's going to ask her out in the DMs. You're always going to be more masculine than that man, right? You just remember that, son,
Okay.
right? You're more
Yay!
masculine in the future.
That's true. That's true.
I'm an alpha.
Oh no, red pill. I was listening to that red pill.
I sent him a dating podcast
this morning.
like episode
Aye,
this
aye.
morning.
I was lying in bed, right? Eyes shut, listening to it. I was like, "Fuck that cunt! I need fucking dating advice."
How good was it though?
It was actually quite good. It
Exactly.
was actually really good.
Saying?
Just how like if you're going on dates, what you're asking, what kind of questions you're asking, just, like Hinge and Tinder is a
He's like
very
a well-renowned coach in the dating world for single people. So he was I listen to Mind Pump all the time, and they had brought him on, and it was just him doing the podcast. So I've just listened to their episodes, and I was like, ended up listening to it, and I was like, James would like this.
it was actually very
I
very
love
good.
dating stuff. That's why me and you talked about it. I love
Aye,
watching it. Even if I'm in a relationship, I'll still watch stuff. I think it's
You
interesting.
need to question like how you become a better partner as well when you
Aye,
don't just
exactly.
fucking give up. Like,
I think,
okay,
that's what
people
people get it
just-
so wrong. Just because you ask somebody, it doesn't mean you really like them because you don't know them yet.
aye, exactly.
So as soon as they say no to you, like
Because you're
they're-
physically attracted, just
you're like they were never that person.
Most men don't ask women out. That's one thing I know.
Do you know?
Mate, hardly anyone. What's the stats that Chris Williamson talks about? Like, is it like 50% of men you see on the street or something haven't had sex in the last year or something like that?
Oh, it's rising, isn't it, men?
It might
Aye.
even be more than that.
I think
So
it's men and women. It's like less and less.
Aye.
But-
It's because there's so much, like, instead of actually going and speaking to people are just messaging people and then going, like, I've had my fix.
Or
Don't
going
actually-
on porn.
Aye. I don't actually need to speak to people in person to make the connection, which would actually make them feel better.
Hmm.
Do you know that way?
But it's that anxiety build up. You're not getting any much people hope it there.
That was.
no, but you're fine. You're living to tell the tale, and it's quite
Exactly.
funny.
Aye.
And
It was actually.
and I
See,
live to tell
I'll
the tale.
always
and
remember for the rest of my life that part where we went separate ways and I had to actually go and go the same ways.
But you can laugh at it.
No, I know. I did send her a voice note after it. And I was like, because
Oh
This is getting
no! What
worse.
are you doing?
This is getting worse.
Get out of the hole!
no, I
I know you said no, but like if
What?
there's any chance.
So
that-
what I wanted to
I've
do,
just found myself in your driveway.
what I wanted to really do, right, is I wanted to leave it on a funny note.
Yeah.
Do you know what way? Because I was like, fuck this. I already know. Like, I'm just waiting for it to tell me no. And I was like, I have to. So I just sent a voice note saying, that definitely did not go as intended.
Oh my god, James!
I was like, but in my voice, because do you know what way? I was
Aye,
like,
aye,
you need to be yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, that definitely not goes intended. And I says, asking somebody out when you need to wait for them coming out is definitely not the good idea. I was like, I actually gave myself the ick. I was like, Especially when I had to go to the same car as you. I can't even mind what I
What, in
said.
the same car?
And no, and I
Is
was,
that what you done?
And then
no, I got to like her.
Aye, but you
we're
made that
we're
sound
part
you got
beside
in
each
a-
other.
The
what is
passenger
chances?
Part beside each other.
Who was in the gym first?
Me.
All right, that's all right. Imagine she thought you arrived after. Thinking
Man.
you part next.
So I just said that to her. I was like, actually gave myself like and hang me, and she laughing faced it, and I was like, that's how you want it to end. You don't want it to end on, oh my god, he's so serious about this.
Aye.
Go. It's okay. I understand. I fucked it. I'll still speak to her again. I'll
Aye.
still go hi, bye.
You should do that to make it funny.
No, I'm gonna.
Aye.
I'm gonna. I think you have to.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Humor's the solution.
There's no bad thing.
You should just keep farting next to her. Block her in.
I now know what Cassie drives me. Hey.
Right, stuff.
Aye, moving on.
I don't clip any of these. Just get to the podcast. Don't clip any.
Fucking said the name.
Don't put it on Instagram.
Didn't say the name and everything. Right. I can't believe that. I thought with the last time I spoke to you, it was on a yes. So I was like, all right, everything's cool.
It was on a yes last night.
Aye, that's
I knew
what I
it
mean.
was
A
on a
soft yes.
Aye,
It's
I
a
knew.
soft
I knew it
yes.
was a soft
Aye,
jest.
you
though.
said that, to be fair.
I'm not. I think your intuition always tells you.
I went through my whole 20s, no dealing with any of that. My
I know.
whole 20s, right?
I know.
You do.
So-
you deal with. I think men especially. You deal with some absolute bollocks,
Bollocks.
like dating.
Aye.
There's many lessons to be learned.
So I think you have to listen to that Mind Pump podcast, and like, if you understand what you're looking for, like, I know for a fact I'm looking for a committed relationship. I'm not looking for fun anymore. Do you know that way?
That's how I knew you would genuinely like it. Because I was
Aye,
like, you know what? I'm enjoying this. So you're at that stage in your life. I knew that would.
It was funny because I was telling my dad when I was
at that stage this year.
Aye, because I was telling my dad, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "I was on a date with somebody, and I asked them what their goals were and where they seen
They
themselves."
slap you.
And he was like, "Did you give them a questionnaire and all?" And I was like, but I said to him, I was like, it's no the answer that they give, it's how they answer the question. It's no like, I want to make 100k by the end of the year and blah 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 blah.
Oh, this is a nice transition, eh?
Aye, it is. But it's like where they're going to be, and my dad was like, I just send them a consultation form as well.
But do you know what got better about dating like 26, 27 is like I went on quite a few dates, and on the first date the girl would say to me, "Do you want kids?" People start being way more blunt and way
Well,
more
that's
open.
what that's what
That's
they mean.
why I went on a date with like a 23-year-old this year, and it was just like, I'm done with like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Young.
I thought that would be the youngest, and then even speaking to people who are like 25, there's such a difference between 25 and 28. Like, there's a big difference in like,
Even with girls.
Massive difference just with where you're at. In
But
life
Jake
and
has
stuff.
been on guy dates.
No, but I mean,
No, the
guys
men are
are
fine. They just bummed me.
like, I think I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky at the age of 26 to think the way I think now. Like, I know there's no many 26-year-olds thinking about this when they're single.
I know.
Do you know that way? I never even thought about it until I met you. To be fair,
It's the marriage effect, mate.
it is the marriage effect. I don't even think I don't even know if I want to get married, but I do want to have a family of kids.
You probably don't really understand how, like, my life's well different since coming back here, hanging about with you a lot more. And
Aye. I mean, I'm cracked, mate, but
we're aware.
right,
well,
everyone's
we
aware. Let's go.
Slide in at 30 minutes into the topic.
We started 10 minutes early, remember? So 10 minutes, that's shaving off.
How?
Right, okay.
I hit record.
Because I kind of just, like I was saying to you, because I've not came up with any questions. There's no specific business mentors that any of this is about, because they're pretty much all the exact same carbon copies of each other. That's actually half the point. But see, so the biggest problem I noticed in the industry when I first started, and this, I would preface this by saying this is for a lot of coaches that are probably maybe like sub 2 years into coaching, because I think they're the ones that get trapped in this the most. But I remember when I first came in, but I could see right through it, everyone was getting with these mentors, and that was the thing. Coaches were pushing on you, like coaches in gyms were pushing you. You should get a mentor. I'm with this guy, and the money they're charging is ridiculous.
Didn't it used to be as much as it is now, though?
It was
It's even
big
worse
money
now.
when I started. Still,
Was it?
wasn't it? Yeah, like 3.5 years ago. Yeah, like $6,000 to get like, you need to pay like $3,000 to get in, and then you're talking like 500 to $1,000 a month with them all and all that, and you need to sign up for 3 months minimums. Yeah, so like $6,000.
So, have you ever had a mentor in life with anything?
Been coached by people that give me slight business advice. I've never been in a mentorship.
So, I think, what's your general thoughts on just mentorship? Forget about paying for it or anything, just the whole idea
Of someone
mentorships.
being a mentor. In most cases, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
If you're actually getting someone that's like done your job for like 10 years and they're
Smash
just giving
fuck
you
it.
advice.
Do you know Simon Sinek? Seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So he talks about this, and it's a great point. So I remember reading this when I was a manager in Openreach, and I had a mentor, but it was just somebody that was higher up in the organisation that took you under the wing. Obviously, there was no transactional part of this, and he made a very good point. He says transactional mentorships can kind of work, but mentorship's like a friendship. There needs to be a two-way channel where they're learning something from you as much as you're learning something from them, but also that relationship grows and evolves because then they're helping you. They truly are helping you, and they're some of the best mentorships that work. And I've seen a bit of that from just like people that I've met. Like I think there's a lot of value in mentorships, but this is where the whole mastermind side of things and the group side of things, you start feeling a bit of FOMO, and it's like, oh fuck, I need to join that. And I think
They
that's
create
where,
that FOMO.
yeah, they absolutely do. Because I think in a way, when we've met, me and James, it's like that became in a way a mentorship itself, where we were helping each other and we're trial and error and that sort of stuff. So I think people think mentorships you don't always have to pay for things. Mind Pump to me was a huge mentorship.
How to be a personal trainer by Mike Mckinney and Jordan Sire.
Like you can seek mentorship out in so many different ways. It doesn't need to be a paid mastermind or whatever you want to call it, but that's where, which is why we're going to kind of talk about this. So for those guys listening, like, I don't think it is sub 2 years. I think it's anyone that hears PTs make an absurd amount of money and then compare themselves to them and go, why am I not making that? Maybe I need this mentorship because I'm not good enough. But this is why, so I don't think all mentorships are bad as well, because I've been exposed to a fair few of them, and I like Jason Phillips' one because it was never around making you as much money. It was about making you a better coach. And I think if you look at the integrity of the person, that's where you need to kind of make your own idea. But I loved the challenge that he would always bring to people in the call, because they'd be like, oh, I'm not quite happy where I'm at. And it's like, why? I've not hit that 100k a year mark. And he's like, why 100k? And he'd get down into it, and he's like, why are you not happy making the 50k, the 60k? Why not 30k? Like, you need to understand, why is it just about money? Because if it's about money, then you're in the wrong organisation, because you should be fulfilled by helping your clients. That's giving you the fulfillment, know the actual cash flow. Now, there's a point where if you're not paying your bills, then there's a stress that comes with that.
Yeah.
And that point fucking stuck with me since day one. And I think that's why when I start seeing all of them pop up, I'm like, what he's actually teaching? Like, see if I need to hear 100k PT or 6-figure PT again, I'll lose my shit. Like,
I'm losing the plot with it, mate. I'm getting so angry.
So frustrating. It's like, and yes, it's a nice round number. It's like 10,000 steps. Every client's like, oh yeah, do I need to hit 10,000 steps? Like, no. Where are you at? Let's see if we can increase movement. That's really what's coming about. So,
but do you know how much is 100 grand again?
It's like £8,000 a month or something.
But just put it
just over that.
100 divided by 12, £8,300, right? That's a ridiculous amount of money. Like, you're see if you've not got that much overheads, you're making £8,300 a month, say after tax. With a business, you still maybe clearing like 5 or 6 if you can claim certain things back and stuff like that.
Coaching has to be one of the lowest barrier of costs.
Exactly.
You pay for your app, you pay for a MacBook or a computer, and then you have rent of wherever you're working.
But if you have 6 grand coming into your bank account every month, you are fit. Like, that's a fucking lot of money. Why is that the whole goal? Because it's the same as like losing £30 in 30 days. It's the exact same situation, isn't it? But I think what you were touching on with mentorships being a good thing, this is a theory I have, right? So PTs usually are a bit they're self-help junkies. They've read all the self-help books. We know, we've heard the word mentor or someone mentoring you. What the hell's that noise?
I don't know. It's the name of it. It's alright, it won't come up.
What is it?
Kyle's running.
We've heard the word mentor like a million times. So I think that's why they're all, if you notice,
they're
they're
bought into
all called
Yeah.
mentorship.
Yeah.
It's all sort of, half of them basically have the exact same name. And they know that PTs know that they should have someone teaching them. And they know if they're a PT, one of their biggest catchphrases is, if you're a coach and you don't have a coach, then you don't believe in your own craft.
Yeah.
They just play on things like that. But half of them are basically like glorified groups. And even if they do a call, it's not one-on-one call with any of these guys. You're in a big call. It's basically like going live to your Instagram audience.
Right, we're in a world where you pay for information now. Everything that you need to know in these groups is online. It's on free. And I guess you do, and that's why you dumb it down a level to us coaching
Can you
our
shut
people.
that door? Just
Is it not
it's
shut?
It's just putting me off.
When you dumb our services down, like people are paying us money for our experience and how we coach people. When you think about
they're
it,
paying us for the last 5 to 10 years of our training and us teaching you how what we've done and what's worked for us, and then what's worked for the clients we've taught.
And that's the argument, the next level up in mentorships. It's like, well, why would I not take money from you when I've created businesses and that, which is fair. And this is where you start finding out who's good and who's not so good. And you need to really look at the people that are running it. Like, where is their social proof with it? Oh, no, I was a 6-figure PT. Were you though? Like, I was on the gym floor. Did you build an online business? Threw up a post today. It was like, those who can do, those who can't teach, because it's easier to teach the thing than actual do the do. How many people know how to lose weight? Technically, calorie deficit, blah, 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 eat less calories. As much as it's more complex than that, why does most people not do that then? Because it's hard to do the do. But people can make these wee workshops, and we see it all the time. Like in the mentorship group, they tap into fitness because it's like, oh, fitness is easy. Just follow this workout program. Fuck's sake, it's fucking a wee bit more complicated than that. So it's just, it's naive, isn't it? It's naive when you think about it.
What have you seen mentorship wise since you've been coaching in gyms, like the 2 gyms you've worked in? Have you seen many people on the floor in mentorships?
Aye. I think half the people in the gym that I go to a mentorship.
And what have you seen them learning anything as, like, so what I liked about how to be a personal trainer, mate, they honestly reiterate the fact that everything is about being a good coach. Like, your main selling point is being a good coach. So I see all of these mentorships that are banging on about sales, they're banging on about leads, they're banging on about
processes,
MRR, monthly reoccurring revenue, they're banging on about like ads. It's all about how to get more clients. But none of them are teaching how to be a good job. And if you're talking about monthly reoccurring revenue, you aren't going to get that if you're not good at your job, because people don't buy into any of the sale. That might get you to,
I guess, them in the door.
Aye, but
the initial door.
How do you keep them there if nothing you've learned is about anything to do with getting good at your job? Which, by the way, a PT involves like getting better at like 5 to 10 pretty hard skills, like with people,
communication, just how you show up and all that sort of stuff.
Being organised.
Aye.
Like there's like 5 to 10 skills that you need to like get good at, which will take time.
Why do you think people sign up?
Insecurities.
Aye, sheer insecurity.
Money insecurities.
Aye, they see the money straight away. That's the first thing they see, and they'll initially make it. They'll initially make more money, and then they'll initially know. It's like weight gain. They initially lose weight, and then they gain it back, and then that's when confidence really drops. Do you know that way? I see it firsthand. But then that's when they probably start making the right choices. Do you know what I mean? Or they go back in again. It's like a slimming world. It's like
a lot of people just go to another mentorship. They go to the mentorship is the problem.
Aye, people who aren't self-aware, they go, my clients aren't getting results because of me, not because of them. Do you know what I mean? And you've got a lot of clients who won't get results.
The main thing I've seen them teaching now is results as transformation pictures.
Yeah.
That's when they talk about results, it's always transformation pictures. It's always pushing this photo shoot. It's always posting about your actual client results, and it's the same sort of strategies they're all teaching.
Aye.
And by the way, the tactics are often extremely sleazy. I don't know. I can see which mentor people are with by, and like they'll post these big posts and it'll just purely be like every sentence is like prodding at an insecurity someone might have, and then it'll just say DM me the word achieve, and then they're just trying to get them to hop on a call from that.
Out of the people you see success with though, because I think this is a thing as well, like you can see success in mentorships and there'll be outliers, but that will be a very small few of those who do well. What do you think separates the people who do well in these places to those who don't? Because if the mentorship was shit, the argument is, well, look at such and such, they do well.
Here's what I always seen in something that I was in, a group that I was in. Everybody who done well in the coach, it wasn't to do with being a coach, you know what I'm talking about, bro, right? So everybody in that, I always watch their videos and I always go, they're really good looking. Do you know what I mean? Be serious. Every person who gained loads of followers, who done really well.
That's why I've been pretty successful.
But genuinely, see the people who they were posting, I'm like, they're aesthetically pleasing and their videos are aesthetically pleasing as well. But they are aesthetically pleasing. They've got some definition. They've already got, so, and this is just with that course. I'm not talking about business mentorships in general, but the people who are doing well in the courses are already pretty good coaches.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Making videos and being a coach are very different things.
No, I'm not saying in that, but I'm talking about in the business mentorships, the people who do well and stay doing well already have a decent knowledge of how to actually be a good coach or genuinely making the money they say they're making.
I'll give you a different point. I think strategies are going to work for different people. So if there's a strategy outlined for your sort of skills, then it's going to work better for you. However, mentorships aren't teaching you how to really find what you're actually good at, because there's loads of different ways.
It's just one structure.
To tapping into things. So like a lot of people are going to tell you to post all the time and post like reels or whatever. That works really well for me. It won't work that well for you because you don't like making videos.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I think that's the thing as well. Like there'll be frameworks and blueprints to follow. You might not enjoy that framework or blueprint. So for me, who doesn't like transformation photos, for me to pay 4, 5, 6 grand to go into mentorship that tells me I need to post transformation photos. Luckily, I'm self-aware and I can challenge that. But this is why a lot of coaches then you're then being shaped and molded into a coach that you think's a successful coach in the eyes of the mentorship that you're following, rather than just exposing yourself and finding your own experience. And that's why I think I'm on the fence with this. I think you should definitely have some sort of guidance when starting, because it's a shit show when you're starting as a coach. It's a minefield. It's very hard to go, is that bullshit? Is that like, I'm quite confused. And I think this is where a mentor is definitely powerful. But if I had to go back and do it, my journey took like 6 years to get into, so or longer, I guess that. So I'm always learning that. So if I had to do it, like say I decide I want to be a PT, and in the next year I want to work towards being that PT, I'm kind of looking at the space of who I like and what information I like, and maybe try and reach out and build a bit of a relationship with that person and see what they do. That then helps me create this connection piece where you're then guided properly. I think that's, to me, is the better way. I think there is mentorships that you could join that do an okay job, and I guess I think all the ones I went to, I could say in one hand have been shite, but then on the other hand I could go, I've actually gained a bit of knowledge from it. But and this is the thing, it's like following a shit workout program. No matter what you follow, you're going to see results, right? Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, because the fact is, it's the routine, it's the network, it's whatever it is that you're doing. So I don't know, sometimes I'm on the fence with side of things. I think as coaches, or as becoming a personal trainer, it's a lonely job, and being around other people who are in the same boat as you can feel kind of nice.
It keeps you motivated,
which is why this works in here, for example.
I think you can create that on your own though.
If you're
it's difficult, but I think you're probably better off creating your own network than going through mentorships, not just money wise, because they'll use the phrase that like, you'll spend money and you'll make more money. Not necessarily. I know quite a lot of people that have almost pretty much went out of business because of how much money they've spent on business mentorships. And not to raise, just because I know you're talking about it from like, there is positives, right? But I'm actually still really worried about how fraudulent a lot of them are. Like, do you know what I mean? So even though there is good ones like that, Jason Phillips one is great. How to be a personal trainer,
Jordan Site
great. If Mind Pump do anything,
they don't. Theirs is all free. That's what I mean. It's like,
so these podcasts
aye.
especially are all great. But if you're gonna go into one, see, I think a red flag straight away is if don't buy anything based on any short form content or any ads. And if you're gonna do that, go and listen to like 30 hours worth of podcasts if they have them about what they're talking about. See if they're just using buzzwords. See if you don't make any money from listening to their podcast. You don't implement anything that they're saying in their podcast. Get them to fuck.
Yeah.
Get them so far to fuck. But what I would like to raise is a lot of these, because I'll just tell you stuff that's been in my DMs. Some of these, I know this isn't any of the ones you think I'm talking about, but I've heard stories of other ones that PTs will know who I'm talking about, but it's not necessarily exactly who you think I'm talking about, and I'm not naming any names. But they used to sign you just won't know who I'm talking about, I'll tell you after. But they used to make you sign contracts that was basically like, if you leave this, you can't work in the same industry. So you're basically tied down to working with them. Then there's other ones that are now, they're just putting you into Facebook groups, just putting you into a call, just teaching you sales tactics, and people are trying to leave and they're suing them. They're suing all of them. That's fucked.
Aye, because it's run as a business first, not helping people first.
Yeah.
You as a personal trainer, your business is helping people first. Yes, there's a monetary aspect that comes along with that, but that should always be second nature. If you're getting into personal training and coaching because you want to be financially free or set, there's 100 other businesses you can start, and you should focus there first, because you burn out very quickly if you see that you're not making money that you expected to with the PT side of things.
You've got this goal, and it's arbitrated by all these mentorships. You're like, this goal, and you're like, so I'm actually really struggling to hit that, and it brings you a lot of self-doubt, and you're like, why am I not doing that? But that such and such is doing it, such and such is doing it. And the biggest problem is, it's like if somebody comes to you and go, I want to lose 30 pounds of weight. You go, no, well, that's not what's going to happen with me. But with every single mentorship, it's, I will double your income, I will do this, I will do that, or you'll get your money back. So the monetary value is the selling point, which is understanding in a business aspect. But when you think about it, if you were to sell like your weight loss, you don't sell it as weight loss, you say, I'm going to help you do this.
We do.
That's another whole separate story.
But but from an integrity point, you're like I know you want to do that, but that's how we're going to do it. Where these mentorships are like, money. You'll make this money. So people just go, right, it's all about making money. And they don't focus on anything else, but that's like somebody just focused on the weight. And we've spoken about this before, but that's generally what it is. Instead of going in a call and going, look, I know you want to make X, Y, and Z, right? But I've looked at your business and you're doing this wrong, you can do this better, you can do this better. I want you to implement this and see how it goes. It's not that, it's implement everything right now and you'll make this. And then they get that, but they've actually not implemented the fact that they're a good coach. They know people skills, they know human behaviours, and they can actually, if somebody comes to them with a problem, they can genuinely help them. But because they're so fixated on money, money's a result. So money's results, and they go, right, you need to do this to get the result. So that when their client comes to them, it's no, by the way, this is what you should do. Like, I know we might not get to the goal as fast, but you take your time because this has happened in your life.
You almost sell them on the same thing you're being sold on.
It is.
And
you're selling them on the result only. It's like you're getting sold on the money.
But you're also playing their insecurity, because you're charging, let's say you're charging 100 quid a month, right? Every single mentorship that I've seen, the first thing that when you start opening up these conversations, like, double it. You should be charging way more. Charge way more, you get better clients. And yes, that's true, but you're missing 5 steps here. Do you know how to coach people? Mm-hmm. Do you know how to, have you got the systems in place where you could onboard 2, 3, 4 clients at once? Like, there's so many steps to just raising your prices. And I think that's where everybody gets caught up. They get caught up in the sale, because we all know deep down our sales skills could be better, our processes could be better, our onboarding process could be better. And you see someone play to that insecurity saying, we can help you with that. And it's like, right, that's what I need. So what I noticed myself going to these over the last year was, I was sitting in these things and I was sitting at the courses or whatever, and I remember thinking to myself, I was like, when was the last time I spent this much time on my business rather than or on becoming a better coach. I was so
Writing
fixed
down my own weaknesses, my own strengths,
like
how
what
to play on them.
whenever I sat down and went, what makes clients get results in my coaching program, and what's the difference with clients who don't make results? Where's the gap between there? He said I was right, I don't really get much leads into my business. I need to get more leads.
I need to create. I need to get my email list bigger.
I need to, and don't get me wrong. I've went to some of these and I was like, you know what, that makes sense. I now need to build an email list. I see the value in that. But right early on, I should have been focusing on my coaching ability.
Yeah,
and selling that, and then it's the same with when we are speaking to clients. It's like helping them do the simple things first. It's not going right. We need to do X, Y, Z.
Everything
hit
at
the
one
10,000 steps. Like, well, where are we? Let's add 500 steps to it. So it's like these building blocks that we're building. It's the same for your personal training business. You need to, yes, you need to see it as a business, but first is kind of recognizing, are you good at what you're doing? Do you feel like you're doing a good job?
and that's when imposter syndrome kicks in.
I think also what I've noticed in myself every year, like when I'm making more money, I'm not more stressed. I don't honestly think I have the capacity to work like more than what I do. Say I do like 40, 50 hours. I had the ability to work 60, 70 hours for the first like 9 months. But then that was just like sheer, I need to do this. I'm not going back to a call centre. I was just running on that energy like that.
Genuine motivation at that
Being
point.
terrified of going to a normal job. That
Yeah.
only lasts so long. You can't just keep running yourself into the ground.
No.
I could work a wee bit more. I could be more efficient, right? But when I'm making more money from coaching people over and over and over again, and just generally try to learn, like I ask you a lot of questions. I even asked you about a mobility thing yesterday.
Yeah.
I still just take stuff off other coaches.
You should always be learning.
I'm following
Yeah.
your program
Mhm.
purely. You could have just told me what the program is, but I find it better when I follow it.
Yeah.
But I find I have less mental, like I get drained less mentally by the same conversations. So I have the ability to maybe handle a bit more clients and handle the conversations without it burning me out as much. But that's only came from 3.5 years of coaching. And there's no real other way around it.
It's reps.
No other way around it.
And this is what I was just thinking there. I was like, right, everybody signs up to these mentorships because they want to ultimately have a better lifestyle financially, mainly for a lot of people driven in. Already the frame of mind's wrong with that. But let's say there's a chunk of people that go into this. It's like, right, I need to be a better coach. So to be a better coach, I need to join this mentorship. Do you know what's going to make you better? Train 100 people. Train them for free and watch what you learn. Like, you know yourselves, we can all say, like, the last 30 clients that you've had have had better results than your first 30. And the next 30 clients you have will be better than the previous 30. Because it's no... And this is something I picked up in a podcast. It was free information out there. It's like, you might not be where you are just now, but as long as you can keep working to it, 6 months from now, you're going to be better. In 6 months of that, you're going to be better than there. It's an evolving game. You don't just, okay, I'm going to get my personal training qualified. Aye, this is me.
I'm fucking class.
And we all measure that. It's like we all measure it by weighting the scales. It's much more complicated than weighting the scales. How strong are you? What's your nutrition like? What's your lifestyle like? What's your relationships like?
All your metrics of your business like.
Exactly. So with the finance side of things, okay, arguably, you're not hitting 10k a month, cool. But what is everything else like? Are you happy, enjoying the job that you do?
I've never had a 10k a month.
I think I got close to it in the 1-to-1, but again, it wasn't the drive. And here's the funny thing: the drive wasn't to get the 10k a month. It was like, fucking love training people, 10 sessions a day.
But imagine you turn that mindset and you go, I need to hit a 10k a month. That's you're burning it quick, guy.
I've never had a 10k a month, but this year I quit drinking and went for therapy, and I'm genuinely in the best place. I've now, if I could, anyone that comes in this gym and I give them a tour of like where I can train people and do this podcast from, like, I'm not like, it's fucking, I would die to be in this position 3.5 years ago. People are so bad at like, I just wanted to coach people. And then after 6 months of coaching people, you're like, why is everyone making more money than me?
So this is what I had. I remember we had this conversation. Remember you said what's up with me in the podcast, like episode 40 or something. And I was like, I've had massive imposter. I just felt like I wasn't good enough over the weekend. And it's because I was in all these different groups and they were all making a shit ton of killing. And I read the book that James is reading just now called Outliers. And it was
Aye.
Good so far. So it all goes into like the top
I've heard of
entrepreneurs
that.
of the world and like top sports performing athletes. And yes, there's a talent and a graft that they put in, but there's also luck. And what that showed me in that book, it allowed me to zoom out and go, fucking hell.
I'm born with what I'm born with.
Aye, so look at the situation that I'm in where I've got my own studio, my own podcast. I'm doing fucking good.
Aye.
Would any of the guys in that room trade my position? Absolutely. And Gio's son was in, and this was a young kid, and this is where kids are fucking mad sometimes. They just speak out loud.
They're
And
honest.
He's like 9 or 10. He goes, oh, you're living the dream. I'd love to have my own gym. And I was like, you know what? That was my dream when I was a wee guy. Why have I not thought about that until now?
Why, you know, as grateful as you are.
It's because I'm sitting in these rooms where people are, yes, it's good as inspiration to level up and be better, but it was all on money, and I was like, man, what would my life be like if I made that money? Wouldn't it change?
Aye.
That's when I actually asked that question, I was like, yeah, okay, I might buy a nicer car or do the garden up or go a nicer holiday, but at the end of the day, I'm still going to be coaching and I'm still going to be helping people get stronger, healthier and fitter.
If I made 100 grand next year, I would not buy a new car.
None of that.
I would, because my car's fucking...
Your car's
You've
alright.
got the nicest car.
You got the
You've
nicest car in the
upgrade
world.
again.
I know, but-
Get an Audi fucking A7 or whatever.
I
it
know,
is.
but also...
Oh, I'm getting a Range Rover, man. Fuck that shit, man.
Aye.
I would show everyone.
I want an electric car. I like the whole gadget.
Oh my
inside,
God.
I like the
He's old,
gadgets.
mate. He's old. He's fucking old as fuck, man.
But it's like everyone's different. I think we're all got some sort of materialistic. You were speaking about the football thing, tops and stuff that you buy. You don't know
That
what
was more
yours
a
is.
dopamine
What's yours?
thing.
But
What's your outlet?
so see, like this is I'm always honest. Like see, I always say my body, my what I look like. No insecure about that, but I'm insecure about how much money I make.
I think
And that's what breeds it. So like I know if I look at that situation like yesterday, I was only insecure about one thing, or I know one thing, how much money I make. Do you know that way?
Really?
Aye. I know the nerves are kicking into that. It's no who I'm. Like I know I'm a funny guy. I know I can hold conversations with everybody. I know I can
it's
deal.
nice to know you think that.
No, but I genuinely know all these things. But then I look at it and I go, I've never made that much money. I've never had that much money.
You're 26, but as well.
No, but when I was growing up, I never grew up with money, and that is deep rooted in me.
Programmed.
Like,
I know where you're
I
coming
have the
from.
same program.
I know for a fact that I know people are looking at these. A lot of people don't come for a lot of money, so they see these mentorships and go, "That would be so good to make that money." And I need to take myself out, and I go back and forth with it, and I go, I'm more insecure about how much money I make, and I know that it puts me off a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm doing. I know I'm going to make more money, but then it still kicks in. You're still struggling with it. So as soon as you see these make 10k a month, you're like, fuck, that would be amazing to even make half of that. Do you know what I mean? But then when they get you in, they're like, right, you're going to make this and you need to do this. And you're like, right, I'm going to do that then.
Also, all their tactics from the very beginning that are to play on your insecurities.
Oh no, they play on your
and
insecurity.
to make you believe that you can make the X amount of money.
So I'll tell you know my story of how I spent $2,000 in my first 3 weeks of coaching.
I know that what you bought.
I've got absolutely done though, because I went on a call and I was like, I've only been a coach for a couple of weeks, and he's like, it doesn't matter, this will still work for you.
This is the stuff we need to hear.
Aye.
Right?
I
So
need to get it.
so back then, I've spent about $15,000. I've wasted some money, spent a lot of good money, learned a lot over the last few years, and I look back and I go, I'm glad I done this. I could have done it better. So 3 weeks in, you said you that
We had just met at this point.
we just
What
met
made you buy this? Because this is what's important.
because
The one I'm specifically thinking of,
When I
not the course, the other one. What made you buy that?
when I first got into PT, I was very business oriented. When I got into personal training, it wasn't to make much money, but I wanted to run my own business. I know I couldn't work for somebody else, and I was like, I can make a lot of money. But no, I knew I couldn't make it at the start. But then, how did I even get on the call? Oh, so he sent me a thing, hey James, can you reply to this? So I was replying to his stories because I was like, I want to make me money, I was like, that'd be great. I wasn't even struggling for money at this time. I'm not struggling for money now, but I was actually better off when I started my journey than I'm on now. So
More savings, you mean?
I had more savings. So I was like, you know what, it'd be fucking great to do that. Because I looked at my life and I was like, I just wish I could. I wish I was like the money maker. Do you know what I mean? That to me would have made me a more confident person. Like with women?
Would it have though?
No, that's what I thought. That's
That's what I mean. Would it have though?
Probably not.
Because I've seen quite a lot of these
That actually
mentorships that talk about the same
I actually
thing.
genuinely think I'm a much better man today for going through these struggles
Yeah, you need to.
than actually see if I started making money. I would have been an absolute wanker.
I know some of these people personally, and no amount of money is ever going to stop them. They're all like, "Oh, I'm financially free."
I would have
doesn't look like
genuinely
you're-
been an egotistical bastard if
Doesn't
I
look
didn't
like you're
go
mentally
through.
free because you're still
Aye,
trying to build ridiculous businesses.
I've always had that little bit of an ego before, and I've always been a bit of a cocky bastard and all this. I know at that point in my life, if I started making a fuckload of money, I'd have looked down at people and going, "Fuck you."
I get really worried for people making a lot of money before they hit like 25.
Aye, no. So I was that. So I was like, right, go on this call for an hour, and he's like, look, this is going to help you either way. And I was like, I'm an in-person coach, and he's like, because this it was like an online, it was meant for online, and he's like, don't worry, you can still implement it for in-person. And I was like, right, cool. So I can implement it for in-person. I can start using it.
What was that word implement?
So I can implement it in person, and I can also start making money straight away. And I was like, great, $2,000. There you go. Right, straight up, paid it, no problem. So I've maybe I was a month, 3 weeks sitting into coaching. I think I had like 2 clients, right? So I've got 2 clients, right? So I'm making like 340 quid a month at this point. Spent $2,000. And I was like, I'm going to make this back, no bother, by the end of the year. No, I was very, very, very money orientated at this point. That's why I bought into it. Because I was like, I had in my head already what I was going to make by the end of the year. Now, I bought it and I started doing it, and I was like, this is shite. This is shite. I am not making any money for this. Like,
Were
instantaneously.
you doing this stuff, and what were they trying to get you to do?
They were trying to get me to charge $997
I know that one.
Straight away, raise your prices.
straight away.
$997 for a guy who's never coached anyone in his fucking life.
Yeah, so I was getting my clients in. and
Imagine
I was
you
like,
charge-
there is no way I can charge these people $997.
Well, straight away, it's a frame of mind. You already know you don't come from money, and you're like, you know for a fact, you yourself in those shoes, you would never pay that.
Never, ever, ever. I
Even though
know.
you just paid $2,000 for a fucking course,
Aye.
but for coaching, you don't see the value in that.
But
yet.
also, I want to say one thing, because people are like, "Aye, but that's your belief system." No, you were not worth $997.
I was not worth no.
Absolutely not.
I was not worth $997.
And just because
Absolute fucking luckily, I was not.
this is the big thing as well, which is a fair point. Just because some people might pay $997 doesn't mean they're
person's
worth
worth
it. Aye, it does not mean they're worth it.
No.
Because arguably, these people who end up paying that, how many other coaches did they end up going to?
Well,
Have they made results?
The thing
sustainable?
is, that was meant to be an online course for me.
Mm.
I was meant to be charging $997 for an online
Yeah.
training.
and how can you?
I didn't
how
even
can you-
have trainer eyes. I didn't even have an app.
You had no systems, no
I had
things,
zero systems, and obviously that was going to teach me systems in time. But when I was doing it, the first module
And how was he
was
telling you get
put your
clients?
prices up to $997, and I
That's
was
the
like,
very first thing.
the
Fuck
first
me.
thing. That was the first thing, and I was like, I knew deep down. I was like, I was having people come in, and I didn't have a fucking clue.
Mm.
Like, I knew how to squat, bench, deadlift. I knew how to do all this stuff, but people were coming in with problems, and I was like, I don't know. I can't charge you $1,000 if I don't know. Do you know that way? Because there's so many people going to come to you with problems, and they go, you go, I don't fucking know.
Aye. That is funny you say that. It just reminded me. So I went to join Jason Phillips even when I started coaching, as much as I done all these podcast episodes and felt like I could train people. And I joined his call, and he was saying on this call, like, you need to get your ideal customer. And I was like, I don't know what it is. I'm training somebody that's just recovered from cancer. I'm training somebody for American football. I was like, your ICA.
Totally different.
I was like, the customer client avatar at that point is so different. He's like, who do you like training more? I'm like, I honestly don't know. And
You're never going to notice that.
Aye, this is why I'm grateful of working in the corporate space, because I was very self-aware of who I was as a person. I was like, you know what? This isn't the right time for me to join this course. And I left for a year and rejoined a year later. And what I focused on, I was like, I'm going to train everybody in MD. And I'm just going to figure out different shapes and sizes of body, different life experiences. And in my head, I was like, that makes sense to me. That's going to make me a better coach than this. Than somebody
Not
telling me
many
the type
people
of
have
people.
that.
I know. And this is what the first module of every mentorship. So it doesn't matter if it's in personal training or you're starting a business. You need to get your product good. You need to be comfortable and confident in your product, because that confidence carries over to
Sales.
What do you mean when you say,
Genuine.
say your product, right? Because when you're saying that, you mean you need to be confident and you're good at your job, really?
Aye, just whatever it is that you're. So if
not
you're
because people think product and they think, oh, selling a program. Being good at like what
your job. Aye,
good at talking to people, knowing how to fix their problems, being nice to them, getting on with and choosing people you can get on with.
Yeah, because if you don't have confidence in that, it doesn't matter what sales training you go through, you will not be confident in that. I had a consultation call with 2 people last night, and I could confidently say on that call, I know I can get you these results from the experience that I've had with these clients.
You can't say that if you genuinely don't know. Aye,
and yes,
you'll come across.
Aye, yes, people need to put in the work, but I'm confident I've had enough hurdles with enough life experience that I can make a good guess of, if you choose to work with me, I can confidently do it in a way that is sustainable for your life, and that gives me, like, doesn't matter what your price is at that point, but whatever you're charging, there's confidence behind your action.
No,
because you pitching 997, not having any experience, it's like,
did you ask anyone for that? Did you?
No.
What did you ask them for?
I was just charging
clients.
I was just charging 120 for the 4 sessions for the 4-week block.
I think we had a conversation. I was like, look, the lowest going rate in here's 30 quid. You may as well start there, because
30 quid a session is like what I started at. That's
the go-to.
Mine was 11.50.
But that's what I started at, and I stayed at that for a wee while, and then upped them, and then people were like, that's quite a lot. And then you realise, like,
but when you look around, you go, but like, I'm well better than
so
everyone.
That's like, and this is where you start doing it, because I remember asking you a question. I was like, do you think you're a better coach than such and such in the gym? And you're like, absolutely. And I was like, well, there's where you get confidence in your sales pitch. Because you go,
you remember that.
Aye, you kind of stick to it, and you're like, I'll wait till I get one. And this is why taking people on for free is one of the most humbling experiences of anyone's life. And if you think you're good enough to not take people on for free, to this day, we just done a workshop on Saturday. We trained people for free, and we learned so much from that workshop.
I'm gonna intro this where I'm gonna do like free sessions for two people.
Aye,
like, so as in you and a mate.
Yeah, which is, doesn't matter which stage of life you're in. You get, if you're so tied up in money and making all this money and just charging people the program, there's a huge chunk of people out there that need help, especially in our industry. And especially with the messages that we've got, as soon as you take somebody on for free, you're like, oh fuck, I forgot about that. And then there's a whole other conversation about in person. The mentorships sell the dream life of Marbella, boat trips. Why?
I know,
honestly.
That's very specific.
No, but is it?
I wonder who's that one.
I've seen three different ones that have sold that dream. So maybe it is only the
this
same
is what
person.
I was going to go on to, the whole online. Mate, I've done purely online coaching. It is the most miserable I've been since I started this job. It's a horrible existence, and these fucking stupid Glaswegian accents in front of these Burj Khalifas in Dubai. Oh my good fucking god! Oh my goodness gracious!
I was just speaking to somebody.
You need to put in the work. You put in the work. Put in the work. Shut up, you fucking.
I was just speaking to somebody there, online coach only, and they were like, I'm struggling to know, like, I'm struggling to be productive because I'm in the house all day.
Right, so
you know what I mean?
Here's where I'd argue any value that these mentorships bring, it's that it's a bunch of online coaches in a room that are all going through the same struggles in a way. It's the loneliness. They've got something to relate to, and you get to bounce ideas off her. And that's where I think you can foster some mad relationships. Like, I've met a bunch of coaches now that have opened up opportunities for getting a guest on the podcast and various different things. And I met them at these events, and that's something I'm always grateful for. I've got business through, like, we had Louise on the podcast. I would never have met Louise in my life. A fucking very clever scientist and very fucking deep, well into her biology and her outlook on helping people live healthier lives, which ties into my message. So you get to meet these people that you never meet. But if you look at this room now, like, this is a weird scenario, because ideally you want something like this dynamic where you become somewhat well, I would say friends, definitely, because
but if you look at it like that, you're paying for a single event.
Well, that's mean
to network.
You're paying for a friend.
Aye, but with the big courses, you're paying every single month hundreds of pounds.
A lot of stuff that,
like, you're paying 50 to £100 to go to these events and network and doing it in the right way.
But those people can convince themselves that that's worth it to meet a friend.
Aye.
That's how lonely people are, and that's sad. That is scary. No sad from like I'm like, haha, that's sad. It's genuinely like, I do feel for those people. Somebody that we met recently, and she's like, I'm happy to pay this much money a month, like close to $1,000 a month, because I'm now meeting somebody and I'm going to share a hotel at the next event, and I would never have met that person. I'm like, fuck me, and why does there have to be a paywall behind everything that we do these days?
I don't know if you. So I've got 2 ideas that I want to do. I want to start doing like 1 free in-person session a week with 2 people, and they can become clients or not become clients. I don't really care, but I want to do kind of like your workshops, and I'll just like sort of teach them maybe bits off my free programs, because I'm going to make another one of them. I'm nearly finished it, and I would maybe honestly do talks in here for free for coaches, and just like open up a Q&A for like half an hour on the subject, then half an hour as a Q&A. Yeah. Because I want to like maybe even set up like a WhatsApp group, and generally all for free, because I don't want to be a mentor, and I don't even, doesn't even have to be me talking every week. See if I came in and then someone was like an Olympic lifter, be like, here, do you want to do a fucking talk on it in front of these 40 coaches, because I don't know anything about Olympic lifting. Do you know what I mean? Like a little group like that. Yeah. Very hard to manage something like that, and it's obviously, I love saying these things and never doing them, but
here, so here's where people be listening, like, then why not make it? That's the value in mentorships. And funny you say that, Bulletproof Coaching mentorship is now going to be launching. No, I'm kidding on. But in all honesty,
£5,000 a month.
No, but this is genuinely
a 6-figure coach.
Where you need to kind of look at these opportunities, and there is free stuff that will be done, but then there is the paid stuff where there is value in it as well. And it's like, why not put a price in that? How do you filter that through?
Is that you're talking about? There's only value in the people you meet.
Yeah.
Like you can do that in other ways.
Yeah. Do you know the saddest thing, right? And this is the craziest thing. So you've got like all your dating apps these days, but do you know they're bringing out apps to meet friends? That's how
there's an app for gym buddies as
that's
well.
How lonely we're getting. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not like, because we got the same therapist, I was like, working out why did me and my ex-girlfriend get? And it was, we got to the bottom. When I started my personal training business, I was lonely as fuck. And I was like, fuck man, I actually forgot I was that lonely. And now there's apps for meeting friends, there's apps for gym buddies, there's apps for dating. You're like, there's so many people can't do these things anymore. And then when you look at these business mentorships, it's get together because we need to meet, we need to see people with no one else to actually see that day. Instead of going, here, look, I'm feeling a little bit lonely. Dale or Gavin, do you want to meet up for a coffee and we can discuss business?
This is exactly what I was
That's the same thing as these business mentorships for a lot of people.
And it's hard because especially with personal training, you go into personal training, you're running your own business, your friend groups can't relate to that stuff. They can't relate to the challenges. But if you look at like how we are sat in this room today, I commented on your post and you're like, who's this guy? And you went on the page and you invited us on the podcast. That's how it's seen, because I seen your stuff pop up and I was like, you know what? Why do we live in a world where it's like, that's it. Why do we live in a world where it's like,
I thought I seen him first.
Oh, fuck that. You probably did. But like commenting on posts, if you like somebody's stuff, find somebody that you truly would look up to and engage with them.
Aye.
They might not reply, but
do it with loads of people.
Aye, you do that enough. I do it with the Mind Pump guys. I do it with that coach Teo, and he replies all the time. Done it with Jordan Syatt. Like
Eugene Teo made a good post. I can't remember if it was on a podcast. I can't remember what it was, but he was like, these transformations, if you're posting transformation pictures, you're going to get people who want transformations, and you're going to churn out transformations, but you're never going to have people for that long. That's a burning out business. He says you're wanting to get people in who really enjoy the process.
And they like you.
Aye. So he says, I'll make everything fun and I'll get they'll see results in time, but everything's about the funness. When you're checking in with clients, it's like, oh, yes. And I was like, fuck man, like he's a big coach in the business. He's got fucking thousands of clients. He's got thousands of people on his app. He does seminars everywhere. He charges a lot of money for the things he does. He's not cheap. But you go on his app and it's quite fun actually. It's quite fun how he does things. And there's another big coach saying, look, fuck your transformations. And have you ever seen him post a transformation?
No. He's posted his own to say, like, I look great here, but I feel shit.
Aye.
And I don't look so great here.
I've actually never seen him post a transformation, and he's massive.
Yeah. Just another point about the whole, because I do think they play on the whole be financially free, online coaching, work wherever you want in the world.
Why? exactly.
But also, I've done it, right? So when I lived in London, to meet my rent and all that, I would have to. My expenses are probably just similar just now, anyway. But I would have to lock myself in my room, make content, and then reply to my clients all day and basically not see anyone in order to be an online coach or whatever. Also, by the way, see when you move to Bali or you live in Australia or whatever and you're an online coach, people don't want to work with coaches in Bali or Australia because time difference. And also, people that are looking for personal trainers, there's a massive local aspect to it, even if they go online. That's why it's a whole farce that gaining all these followers means that your business is going to be better, because if you're going to get more followers, your followers are not going to be in the one place.
Oh, do you know how they start that Outliers book starts? And it's a perfect point for this. Mind we'll talk about the other day. So basically, people moved over to America for Italy and they built up their wee community, and then there was people living about them, and they went over to check their health, and heart attacks were the biggest killer back in I think it was 1900s. It's just the start before all the wars. And they were like, right, we'll go to this place, and there was like 2,000 people lived there, and they had like a third of the heart attacks. And they were like, right, as health experts, they were like, we're going to check how these people live. The same foods are like, oh, look, it must be the food. And they're like, nah, it's not the food. So how are they not having less heart attacks? And they're like, right, it must be their education system. They're like, education. Everything was the same. But because they came over together, right, they had parties in the streets. So they were actually eating more food. Obesity was higher there than it was everywhere else. But what they realised is they had a massive community. Everybody spoke to each other on the street. Everybody had each other over for dinner. 3 generations lived in the same home. So no one was lonely. And they realised back in the 1900s, loneliness is killing more people here. And that's why they're having more heart attacks, because they were eating the same foods. They were actually eating worse quality foods in the terms of health back then. And they're like, how are these people dying of less heart attacks?
And I think
simply due to community.
Johan Hari, that Lost Connections book, that's what that's about. That's how everyone's sort of changing their lifestyles to become more materialistic, seeking remote jobs, seeking like being able to travel the world. It's not a sustainable thing. You can't just keep moving to different countries, and also you can't work on the beach. You're going to work in whatever country you're in. If you're going to be an online coach, you're going to work in a dark room. You can maybe get some light in, but you're mostly going to be in a secluded room by yourself. That's why even though I could go fully online, well, I basically am mostly online, but I'm maybe like 20% or maybe 10% in person and 90% online. But if I don't have that 10% in person, I will lose my fucking mind, because you're literally just talking to a screen all day. Why do you think that's I fell into that trap? Why does that sound appealing?
It's because I think it's because they don't get fulfillment. They think the fulfillment's the financial thing, it's the traveling thing, it's the materialistic thing. But when they've then got that, it's like that's where the loneliness hits. It's like, right, what next? Okay, more money, next big car, next whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, I love what I do. Absolutely love what I do, and I do like the freedom that but it's more that I'm on. But we
work all the time, but we're not unhappy. But it's not like you're financially free and you don't work. We work because we like working.
And I don't get me wrong, I like the part of my job where I could go away for 3 weeks and
upgrade my car.
Upgrade my car, do whatever it is I want.
Range Rover.
But I always get this spot because I wanted to travel, and I remember being away and I was like, man, it'd be nice to just live here to it. And I was like, and if you go a 2-week holiday, it's towards the end of it, it's like, man, I miss home, I miss my bed. Like, I actually like my lifestyle because this is my environment. As much as I'm maybe not close with family, like I quite like the Scottish environment because that's me. That's where I'm born in at. Yeah. But I do want to explore the world, and I'll do that through
holidays.
I'll do it through holidays and wee breaks here and there. And don't get me wrong, I would quite like to try the whole doing a bit of work while away. I've done a wee bit here and there when we were in Switzerland and stuff, but they were only like 4 or 5 days break, and I could do majority of the work when I was back. It ain't the same. You think you've got all this time, but you don't. Like, why pay all this money to go abroad, and then you realise, fuck, I could have just done this in the house and saved £800. But
it's because when you go on holiday, like, that's amazing. Imagine working here, but it's not actually like that.
It's not the same at all.
No,
not the same. So
it's an absolute fallacy that you like all these online coaches that are like promoting that they live in Dubai and their life's better. That
I always used to say to my dad, I want to make more money. And he always used to say, like, look, I know you do. I know you want to be successful. But he's like, making more money might not make you happier. And I was like, oh, shut the fuck up. I was like, you're talking mince. And I actually think he's right now.
Oh, he is right.
Do you know that way? I was like, fuck, I
mate,
actually get what you're talking about because he's happy in his wee world, right? Loves his neighbours. And I was like, how the fuck are you so happy? But he'll talk to his neighbour every day. Every day. They will always talk to each other every fucking day. Monday to Sunday. And I now see it more. I'm like, right.
It's more than money.
Aye, it's way more than money. But
once you get enough money to not be stressed about money.
But these mentorships are selling you on the money. And then you're feeling shite because you're not making that money very, very quickly.
So see, for me, I'm driven in me. I'm definitely driven by money, but I'm putting what I want to do in front of that. And I know, for example, the financial.
No, everybody's driven by money. Everybody's driven by
we
physique.
all talk about how much. We all tell each other how much money we're making and stuff like that.
So for me, I know like the goal is to kind of close in this end of year, the next couple of months, and have that financial free number. But expenses for me, like, is very low, other than my actual business expenses for my house and everything. Like $3,000 kind of pays the bills, and I'm happy with that, and everything else is a plus. So financially free number will mean different to each person, and it's a good goal to have. It's not a bad. I don't want to kind of come across like,
it's a time frame though. It's the same with weight loss.
It's
a
like
time frame.
Why put a time frame on it? And that's the biggest mistake that I've kind of seen this year. I was like, I need to do this in 3 months. I need to do this in such and such.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if I just focus on the whole role of it and what I want to do, and doing different workshops and finding what I like, and go, you know what, I can actually see that being a good model to run, because I've tried and tested and enjoy it. So is it that I know that's going to happen in the next couple of months, and it's no, I'm putting pressure on it's going to happen in the next couple of months. Like, I've already put in the work and done all the do that. It's just naturally going to be the progression of where the business goes next. And I think that's where you need to look at mentorships. Is like, how does that get taught in there? It needs to get taught. Like, the only way you can measure that is finances, because you can't bring somebody up on a stage and go, this was such and that, he wasn't happy, now he's happy. Like, you know what I mean? How you can't measure it. The only way to measure it is the wee.
Well, you could measure number. It. You genuinely could.
What would you do?
Talk about where your life was.
True.
And talk about how many clients you had. And
they do that.
But they only do it to then tell you how much money they're making.
True.
They don't really talk about it. I'm also, last thing that I want to end on is I'm fucking sick of the X Factor story they all tell. I seen one the other day and it's absolutely not true. I was drinking drugs and now I'm a millionaire.
That's the biggest thing, the drug thing.
That's, mate.
I'm like, get on a session with me back in the day.
Aye, that's what I'm like, mate. Try have 12 pints with me.
Who doesn't?
A pint off right now, I'll stop my not.
Do you know what I mean? Like you've never sniffed Ket, you've never sniffed Coke, and you've never sniffed Mandy, and you've never sniffed it all together. Do you know that way? Like, you took a couple of lines of Coke. Like, get over it. You know what I mean?
But this whole, like, I was on the session for 5 years, and then I
you need an X Factor story, though, isn't it?
Now I've got £1 million and 30 properties. Fuck up, you never done all of those together.
That's where the Outliers book tells you that doesn't happen.
And also, but do you know how easy it is to make an X Factor story? Because I could just sit and make my own one up.
Look at the 3 years just now. We are parents. We could milk the shit out of that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna. No, right now I'm gonna. See, as soon as I'm making 5k months, right? The James McKinney mentorship. I made relationship with my mother. Used to take loads of drugs. Look what I'm now.
But I think that's where you need to look at the person. Have, like, if it's a good person, they'll have integrity and authenticity, and they'll be a true kind of relatable part. That's not relatable, like you said. You can see through bullshit.
But like, I could go like on benefits with my mum, and my mum took me away from my dad. I was fat my full childhood or whatever.
That's what you do anyway.
I do the fat thing. But I was fat. Like,
I know, I get that.
No, I know, but I could relate to people being overweight way more than the two of you could, because I was overweight my full childhood. However, what I'm saying is, it wasn't that bad, because look where I am now, and I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? I'm not mentally too fucked up, just a wee bit.
But
it's,
everybody's got a story, though. That's what I mean.
But it's so easy to make that sound like, and then like, or you're like, oh, I'm in this bad place. Look, he was fucked in it. It's so easy, man. It's such bollocks.
Aye.
And it makes me cringe so much, because I could easily sit and just fucking milk the life out of, like, being on benefits. I don't even remember being on benefits. It's all bollocks.
Everybody, like I said, everybody does have a story, and people milk that side
I
of
love
things.
hearing
but
people's stories, and I go, it's not even that bad.
Nah.
Like your life was alright. Like
Council house a little.
oh, I fucking.
aye,
get
but
it.
the problem with the storytelling is there's still a bit of victimhood in the other end of it, because it's like there's the showboaty side of things that comes with it, and that's how you know you're not quite over whatever it is that you're going through.
Aye,
Or
that's why
there's a
you're
hidden
now,
sale message somewhere.
now you've got the mentorship. You're still trying to go over your insecurities because coaching people didn't make you enough money.
That's the other thing as well. Like, most of these people make most of their money through the mentorships. Just like the whole entrepreneur mastermind world.
Aye.
Most of them are making their
If
money.
they were really that great entrepreneurs, they would.
Wouldn't they have time to do
No.
masterminds?
No
for a
chance.
start?
No chance.
Plus, if you build a good business, why the fuck would you be wasting your time teaching other people how to build businesses?
I guess you maybe get to a point where you are like, you know what, I want to help other people. And
No,
I
you'll
think-
definitely get to that point at one time.
Want to help other people for the small price of 10 grand?
Well,
So the guy who I watched a video, and it was like a guy getting out of Pagani's under, and he was like, "How?" Like, see the guy who talks about how did you get this car? What's his? I can't mind his name. And he was like, "What?" He's like, "What?" And he told him, he's like, "What advice would you give to anybody else?" And the guy was like, "Get an amazing mentor. This guy's a billionaire. He's got a mentor, but it's no a mentor who puts ads on Instagram. It's a mentor who's known to people in the business world, and they'll go and pay fucking big bucks." And I think that's where, like, what you were talking about, mentorships for them, they aren't like drawn. Like, you'll meet somebody and you go, "Here, mate, like, I know you're really good at your job. Would you be able to help me?" These people capitalize on that and go, "Right, if I can help him, it must be able to help him. But then, like, me spending $2,000, like, it didn't help me.
because
Nobody, he's no showing that, by the way, I've made this current money, but I've lost him $2,000 because he's not got any value from it.
why did you buy it from them? I'm just curious, like,
I
why him?
really want to know why.
Because I like the personal touch. Mind we were speaking about that.
Video message,
Aye.
so it was the marketing
What personal
strategy.
Marketing strategy.
So there's an
he sent you a
automatic.
video. Oh, fuck up, James.
He's
You fell
insecure
for that.
and
You
young.
fell for that shit. He
I-
sent you a personalised video.
Aye.
And you thought that meant that he really wanted to work with James Mckinney from Bells Hill.
Mate, that's
It got him.
that is.
And look, this is where, if there's more marketing that goes into the product than the actual product, like you said, mentorships are so valuable. If I had to redo my journey, I'd be looking at the space and going, right, in fact, this is what I've done. I've bought a hell of a lot. I've spent the equivalent of mentorship money on programs. Some have been really great, some have been shit. What that's allowed me to do is went, right,
Why is this one shit? Why is
Aye.
it good as well?
It's allowed me to go, right, this is actually making me a better coach. And because I've played into the podcast or played into whoever it is I'm following, taking that the next step up. Jill said this the other day in his one, which was quite fascinating. He goes, if you like somebody and they're local or they're at an event, find out more about them, go up and speak to them. And
Aye.
most people most people care. Most people are all empathetic fucking.
There's nothing
human
better than when
beings.
somebody comes up and starts speaking to you about what you love.
I know.
You're like, fuck, aye, man, I'll speak about this all day.
Aye. But if you're, the catch-22 is that
You speak about it all day.
no, you're then drawn to mentorships because they're the ones showboating that they can
Aye.
help you.
Aye.
The people who can actually help you the most is the ones not talking about it. Simple as that. Like, it's the people who are doing the do, you'll learn more from them than the people that are teaching the do. 100%.
It's the
Which is the
geneticness.
exact opposite of what I seen one of them post the
Yeah.
other day. He was like, if your mentor is talking about coaching clients, then he's not a mentor. And you shouldn't take, and I'm like, but that's him doing the job that you're wanting to do.
Literally doing it, yeah.
He's doing the job, you're telling him how to do the job.
Will you learn from somebody who's got, I'm blowing this out of the water, but say a coach has 250 clients that they can manage on a weekly basis, and you see them and you feel, you've watched their stuff and you're like, man, he's killing it. You're going to learn more from that person than going to any of these mentorships.
Nobody has 250
Well, exactly.
clients.
Like,
Just
it's doing
bring
the
that down.
Doesn't,
Sydney.
it doesn't matter if it's
I'm just thinking about people that listen to this going, how is someone handled? Do you know what? Because I used to think, how have these people got 100 clients or whatever? Because they're giving them terrible services.
I was going to say,
I met a coach that lives in Dubai, an older guy, competitor guy, and he's I was like, how many clients have you got? And he's like, 200. I was like, how the fuck do you check in with 200 clients? He's like, I'll show you. And then I seen his service and I was like, actually amazing that you showed me the service. But I was like, that isn't he the type of coach I want to be? Because it was rapid, fast, follow this, very structured, and it was, and that again, this is the value that I still got value from this, because I was like, right, okay, I'll never want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be a wee bit more
I
personalised with
learned
my
a lot.
message.
When you spend money as well, it's maybe a good thing to sort of caveat it with. When you spend money and you have a bad experience,
Makes you better.
write down why that experience was bad. Write down how it made you feel. Don't do that to your clients. Because I've the first one I gave, it wasn't a mentorship, it was just a PT, and I gave him 500 quid. Heard from him like 4 times. He used to make I've told you this a million times. Make content on me. Like, go on my TikTok, slag off what I was doing as a PT, because that was his whole brand, is pretty much just slagging off what PTs do to make them feel insecure, to think, what should I be doing? What's he doing if he's not doing all this stuff that he's slagging? But he would slag me off. And that, mate, the experience was horrendous. He made me feel awful. And I was just like, well, that's not what I want to do with my clients. The next one got dieted. This is not a mentorship again. Got dieted like fuck. Asked for diet breaks. Wasn't allowed. Didn't even want to get lean. Made me feel horrendous. Was near an eating disorder. Right, okay. Not doing that to my clients.
Everything's a learning experience as long as you look into it.
And that's why I think like paying money for something is not a bad thing to do, because you probably learn something when you realise. But
Problem is mentorships is really expensive.
you can also save money. You can save money with that.
I think just to fucking grind it out, realise you'll have shit months, and just keep, what I do is last year I just went, where am I spending too much time on my business? Where do I need to fix things? Took a month or two, didn't take on any clients, went and fixed it all. Gonna do it again this year and just do it like that. And every year I just get better at it.
I know you should do actually a follow-up podcast on what we 3 would do if we were starting out from scratch with no experience.
Do you want to do it?
Aye, let's do that as a future one. That'd be a good follow-up one.
Do that in the
And we'll
next
break
2 or
it
3
down.
weeks or something.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool. Right, well, we end it there because I am absolutely dying for a piss.
Same.
Good.
And I'll bleep that girl's name out, James.
Aye, fuck you in hell, mate.